a phrase that is sure to send shivers down the species known as anime fans. It is an epidemic that plagues all of our beloved Japanese cartoons, more specifically the subsection of long-running shonen. Bleach, One Piece, Fairy Tail, and Naruto are by far some of the worst offenders of fillers. And while we're on the topic of Naruto, can we seriously talk about how many gosh darn fillers it has? I mean, both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden rack up to a total of 41% filler respectively, and it is a well-known fact that that 41% was utter garbage. But, and this is a big but, what if I told you that Naruto, not Shippuden, but the original, actually had good, dare I say amazing filler arcs? Yeah, I got your interest, but now I have some work to do to actually prove it. Now, before diving balls deep in deciphering what makes the filler arcs better in OG Naruto than its predecessor, we must first do some basic math. Now, don't click off. I promise I'm working towards a valid point. Based on AnimeFillersList.com, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden both technically have the same percentage of filler episodes, 41%. But we ought to take a closer look at that 41% for Naruto. Now yes, the percentage is correct, but the reason it is as high as it is because of the filler frenzy Naruto entered sometime after the Sasuke retrieval arc. So let's seclude that from the calculation, which is not counting anything post episode 142. But we also have to add one more episode to our endpoint since episode 220 does have actual canon content at the end. So do some quick math and we have 13 episodes that are filler out of 143. Or just over 9% of the actual show, a much lower number compared to 41%. Now, I know what you might be saying, okay Mage is masculine, but it's still 41%, what's the bloody point you're trying to make? Well, the point I'm trying to make is that this 9% is not only low, but spread out very well over the counting number of 143 episodes, which is very important because this is plausible filler, meaning it does not make the audience question the reasoning for its existence since it only occurs occasionally and not for very long. And most important of all, none of these fillers disrupt a story arc that was previously in motion. War arc. And yes, while factually 41% of OG Naruto is filler, most of it occurs after the main story is done. I mean, they withheld Naruto leaving the village for 80 fucking episodes, sure, but what people wanted most, aka Naruto vs Sasuke, was given before the filler frenzy. While this is definitely not plausible filler, because people definitely fucking question it, it is at the very least somewhat logical. I mean, look at the dates. The anime was pretty damn close to catching up, and since these were back-to-back fillers after what felt like a satisfying conclusion to a big story arc, it was not as jarring as Naruto Shippuden's random cuts to filler during the war arc. Like I said, these filler arcs come at a much better time than Shippuden's, which really does make a difference when binging all, and yes, I mean all of the show. Now that we understand mathematically and, well, episode placement wise why OG Naruto has an edge on Shippuden, we can officially start diving balls deep to the root of my main argument. And that is, Naruto's filler arcs masterfully support the show's original premise. Let me ask you something. What is your favorite arc in Naruto? There's no doubt that some of you might have said the Sasuke retrieval arc, or maybe even the Pain arc. However, I can almost guarantee a lot of you may have also said the Chunin exam arc. Now why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. Cause it's fucking lit as shit. I mean, the battles, the character development, the hype, the... You get the point. But everything I mentioned about this arc was all possible because of one thing. The characters. Yeah, no fucking shit, mate! Okay, yeah, I get it. What I said was really obvious. But the underlying point is, OG Naruto was about the characters, but more specifically, what it meant to be ninja. It was a good arc because it had the most precise focus on exactly that. Everyone had a different mentality on this subject matter, and it really affected the way they fought. Shikamaru was passive, Naruto was energetic to be noticed, Sasuke was focused on becoming stronger, Rock Lee was determined to show his hard work, and each of these vastly different mentalities towards being ninja shaped each of these characters' unique fighting style. Naruto's hook of showing what ninja means to all these different characters and showing it in creative ways is most profound in OG Naruto by far, and especially in the Chunin exam arc. Pre-time skip, the characters are the focus, not some drama with a terrorist cult that, while being entertaining in its own right, really does lose out some of the magic of the early show. These fillers, however, embodied the magic perfectly, for arguably the last time. There were a shit ton of cool missions we got to see during this phase of Naruto, be from short one-off missions like the Ino Princess arc, like, holy fuck man, if you have seen this shit, it is honestly peak Naruto comedy, I don't care what no one says. Or it could be a big-ass dangerous mission where a bunch of different genin come together. The Pikachu search mission arc, for instance, does a very good job at fleshing out Team 8, who, out of the 9 rookies, is easily the team with the least amount of screen time and chemistry. And there are also some pretty good Naruhina moments in this arc, which during a time felt like this ship would never be canon. And in general, with arcs like these, you come to appreciate the dynamic Team 8 has. It's one that really can't have too big of a purpose in the main story, but here they really do get a chance to shine as a team. On top of this, when it comes to missions, the filler doesn't even conform to the traditional teams either. The Kaima capture mission puts Naruto, Ino, and Shino on the same team with Anko as the team leader. This team combo is weird as fuck, but it really works in this mission. It's something you'd never expect to see, and that's why I love it. The filler frenzy can make these wacky team combos and actually get away with it. Since all these characters have such different mentalities and powers, it's so much fun seeing them bounce off one another. And that's what leads me to one of my favorite arcs in Naruto, the Genno arc. In this mission, we see every rookie have a substantial role as they attempt to stop the destruction of Konoha. What's most interesting in this arc is that the threat is not Akatsuki level, but rather just a smart old man. An old man who has managed to infiltrate the village through his wits alone. It certainly isn't a perfect mystery or thriller, and it does have some stupid things here and there, but overall, it's such a special arc. Every time I watch this arc, there's this awesome sense of camaraderie you feel. For characters who have fought and hurt each other so much, there's something so powerful about seeing them all work together to save the village they all love. Although all these characters are so different from one another, they put that difference aside for the greater good. That's why people love the Sasuke retrieval arc and the Pain arc so much. There's this sense of community amongst these characters that these arcs embody perfectly. They can't just let go of everything the village has done for them, even if it's one person at stake or the entire village. They will lay their lives on the line to prevent the loss of even one puzzle piece, and this arc encapsulates this feeling perfectly. The ending for this arc is perfect. For a villain such as this, the reveal we get at the end about his motives is the icing on a well-baked cake. I don't want to spoil how this arc ends, but the message it gives at the end is so raw and powerful, one that even though it was filler, feels like something that could stick with the gang, especially Naruto, for a long time to come. So yeah, I loved the filler frenzy phase of OG Naruto so much as a kid because in a way, it was not mindless filler. It had a purpose. It not only fleshed out the world and characters, but it was directly associated with the themes and ideologies of the show, which is rare for fillers. Now tell me, can you really say that about Shippuden? Like, what the fuck does a Chunin exam have to do with the world ending because of a breakdancing Uchiha who is OP as hell? Nothing. Filler has a bad reputation because of this, since to many, they don't have a tangible purpose that supports the show. But Naruto, while being the worst offender, has actually proven to subvert it at the same time as well. And for that reason, I personally believe the filler arcs in Naruto are actually pretty damn amazing.